men rule the like. Can we be honest that like men keep this world running? Can we just can we just call a spade a spade?
Everybody knows how to get ribs. Everybody knows how to get abs. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows what not to eat.
Yeah, you know not to eat Popeyes on a Thursday night when you just had ice cream and cake and all that.
You're going in.
No, and hear me out. Like we all know.
That was kind of personal. Like he literally just
like he just did that last week.
I'm talking to myself, James.
Because what you said is 100% true. Of how it costs money to make money, and the reason people are so afraid of being in debt. Like, have you ever heard like debt is bad? Like, debt has like a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, there's also good debt. I've heard there's good debt.
There's good debt, right?
Like a house, car, whatever.
Exactly. But like, a lot of people don't know that. Just that word debt. Like if someone's like, yo, I'm in debt, it's like, it's negative.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I tell people like, yo, being in debt, good debt, but just being in debt is like one of the best things that you can be in. Granted, if I would have, now there's two sides to the coin. Remember when I told you how like I lost over 100,000 liquid?
Right.
Okay, well that was like, I had the right, I was doing it right, but the investments didn't work.
Right.
But like, it's the mindset was there, but just the investments didn't. The investments didn't work.
Right.
I'm gonna do it again. Like I would do it over and over and over again because that's the only way to do it. But the example I wanted to give you is like, let's say you have two people, right? Person number one goes to a bank and says, hey, like, I want $1 million. Like, can you give me $1 million? The bank is like, sure, we'll give you $1 million. So the bank gives him $1 million. He is now in debt $1 million, right? He owes the bank $1 million. That is a lot of people will be like, damn, like, bro, like you owe the bank $1 million. Like, what are you doing? So anyway, he takes $1 million and he goes, buys a bust down watch, goes buy some jewelry, some chains, maybe a car, or maybe, he buys a bunch of different things for his hobbies or whatever, blows the whole $1 million. The bank comes back to collect their money, right? Because if you borrow money from the bank, you have to pay it.
Yeah.
And he's fucked because he just spent $1 million and now he's in debt. And now he is going with the stereotype of why you never want to be in debt, because you never want to owe, right? You never want to owe. So that's scenario number one, right? Scenario number two is guy number two walks into the bank, asks the bank for $1 million. The bank gives him $1 million. So he is also in debt $1 million. But person number two, he's already gone in his room and he's already locked the door and he already wrote down his plan and he already found the problem and he already knows what he's like, yo, the moment I get this money, I already know what I'm going to put it into, right? So he takes that $1 million that he owes and he puts it into a thing, right? A business, an investment, a hustle, whatever. So follow me. He takes the M, puts it into that investment. Let's do some math here, right? Just for simple numbers. If you get funding from a bank and it's 0% interest, like credit cards, right? You only have to pay 1% of the total balance, right? Usually for 12 to 18 months. So just for an example, 1% of $1 million is $10,000 a month. That would be your monthly payment, right? If you borrowed $1 million at 0% interest, your monthly payment will be $10,000. That makes sense? Cool. Let's say that thing that you put the $1 million in was making you $100,000 a month, right? Your monthly payment is $10,000. What are you cash flowing?
90,000.
90,000, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't have my mic.
Right.
I'm just too locked in and listening. I'm over here like, this is my own one-on-one lesson.
90,000, right? Perfect. So that guy is profiting $90,000 a month. Do you think he gives a fuck that he's in debt $1 million?
Fuck no.
At that point, what does $1 million? Oh, I'm a debt. What does that mean? Okay, I'm in debt $1 million. What does that mean?
But I'm making $90,000 a month.
I'm profiting cash flow $90,000 a month, but I owe the bank $1 million. Guys, every single company ever in Coca-Cola. Do y'all think Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola probably owes banks and lenders hundreds of $millions in debt. They're hundreds of $millions in debt. But you know how much they cash flow? You think they give a fuck that they're in debt?
No.
They owe banks millions of dollars, right? So what I'm getting at is debt is good if you use it correctly. Money is good if you take it and you spend it on something that's going to make you more. And as long as you focus on that, you can be in as much debt as you want. The cash flow, you take the cash flow, you pay the money off, and you profit the rest of it. And then you go back and do it again and again and again, right?
Wow.
Listen, hold on. Let me go hit this record.
Let me go grab my phone real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because listen, I know that right now we're at what? We are currently at 56 minutes. Yep, right. Being on a podcast, like the time goes by real quick. But But the thing about it is, I don't really want this episode to end yet because there's a lot of information that I kind of want you guys to absorb.
And I haven't even gotten into like the technicals of like, I'm just right now. I feel like it's just a lot of just like base level stuff and like mindset stuff.
Can I point out two things?
Mm-hmm.
So, one, we never really asked you anything. This was still the introduction.
Yeah.
I hope you understand it. No, if you catch that, like we literally turned off our mics for like the majority of this podcast, and this was all you. Second, I feel like we should motion and we should agree that your brother should start his own podcast on top of what he's doing with his business. Bro, look, I'm saying it's like...
Or get an affiliate.
Or, hey.
Hey, man.
You're listening.
You're listening.
You want to be an affiliate?
Hey, follow me.
You're listening, bro.
No,
You're
but
listening.
it's just so like... Some people just don't know when to take the gems whenever they see them. You know what I mean? It's like they already... They just see it as like, you know, what they've already experienced is too much of a risk. But like when you're looking at it and you're seeing what the outcome can be and you're truly ambitious about it and I also feel like if you got the right people around you that will continue to support you and like, you know, you just got people who just like you, what is that saying? Like you are your friends. Whatever it is.
You are the five people that you spend the most amount of time.
And then so then just making sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who strive to be successful, that strive to make that money work for them. Like currently what I'm doing right now, man, I have so many successful friends. But no, man, dude, that whole thing, yes.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Like bro, and I'm gonna be real, like, believe it or not, like even this podcast is an example of a thing. Okay, guys, let's be real. You guys do this for fun, a part of it, but like y'all want this shit to like blow.
Absolutely.
And
this is cool.
This is a podcast that can make you guys a lot of money.
Absolutely.
This is an active investment. This is a thing that when you get paid, you pay your bills, and then you take the rest of your money and you bought these mics.
Right.
And these mics helps your audio. Or helps your audio, which helps your podcast become better, because eventually this podcast is a thing that is going to cash flow.
Right.
It can be anything. You know what I mean?
We pay for gas to get to each other.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like spend money on this shit.
Right.
Like spend it on this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Plus also like YouTube and TikTok, sometimes they're just a very tricky game to get around, like social media too. So it's like, because, you know, one video can blow up overnight. You know what I mean? Right. Just like it's like the thing. It's like a game. Just the right timing. Next, you know, we're just like gaining followers, and then we just have to. But the thing is, we have to maintain that and bounce off more for that. You know what I mean? So it just takes time, man. You got to be patient with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a lot of different factors. I think that the most important thing is, damn, I just lost my train of thought.
Damn.
There it is. Consistency. You have to be consistent. You. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey,
you have to be consistent. All right. The person, like, you don't have to be the smartest guy, but if you're the hardest worker, like, you can surpass that person who's just all talent. Now, if you're talented and you're hardworking, then you can be the best at.
You should be locked in at this point.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of big issues that people run into is when it comes to being successful in anything, the issue is consistency. You want abs. Everybody knows how to get abs. You know how to get I don't have to tell you.
I know, yeah.
Everybody knows how to get ripped. Everybody knows how to get abs. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows what not to eat.
Yeah, you know not to eat Popeyes on a Thursday night when you just had, fucking ice cream and cake and all that shit.
You're going in.
No, and hear me out. Like we all know.
That was kind of personal. Like he literally just
like he just did that shit last week.
I'm talking to myself.
He just did that.
James, what are you doing? All right, but the thing about it is like, it's hard to be consistent. If it was easy, everybody would do it. The reason why people like can't get these things that they say that they want is because they cannot commit to the consistency that they have to contribute.
Literally.
Right.
So
that's easy repair right there for you, boys.
Not fact.
So with the podcast, like us, like now I'm talking to us.
Yeah.
You know, like we're consistent, but I know that for us to be where we really want to be, we have to continue to be consistent. We have to continue to like not just drop like random content, but consistently good quality
strategically
content. Yes.
Yeah.
And so if we do that enough, then you'll get to where you want to get to. PewDiePie is a YouTuber who is not anymore because he's pretty much retired, but he at one point was the #1 most subscribed YouTuber ever on YouTube. And the reason why he made it that far is because of his consistency. He posted videos literally every single day for years, to the point that every single video, no matter what it was, he had millions of views. Mr. Beast. The reason why Mr. Beast has become so famous is because he sat down in one video, and what did he do for like an hour straight? He was counting or something.
He counted.
What?
That's all he did.
He literally
how he
counted 1, 2,
became
3, 4, 5,
famous?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He sat down and he just counted to what number?
It was like an absurd fucking number, like 1 million something, whatever. Like even past that.
But that is a perfect example of somebody who was just so consistent in doing one thing. All he did was count.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why else Mr. Beast is so successful?
Why?
Because he pays to fucking play. You know how much he spends on his videos?
A lot of fucking money.
Of dollars.
And you know how much he makes from those videos?
Tens of millions.
To put right back into
the next fucking video.
Exactly.
So literally, you're 100% right, and the other side of that coin is spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
spend it.
I feel like the one thing I do want to put out is the reason why, because I listen to James talk every single day, right? Or like I watch our podcasts like all the time, reels. Like there's not a day where I don't fucking see your face. You know what I'm saying? And then now just being able to sit down here with you and then listen to how your mind works, how you get around this, how you get around that, and just listen to you two like bounce off each other. I kind of just want to remind this thing of you two where I think James mentioned it a few episodes back where he was like, you were always taught as like from your childhood, from James' perspective. I also want to know if it was your perspective too, that nobody was gonna do this shit for you.
No one.
And you were always taught, like he said, y'all were always taught this shit when you guys were a kid. Like you got to put in that work yourself.
No one's coming to save you.
You're on your own, bro. Let me tell y'all, bro. Like especially for you young men. No one. Is there any way you can zoom into my face?
Yeah.
I'll zoom in.
Probably zoom in.
Even the real will probably bump into the shit.
No one is coming to save you. See, this is the thing, right? This is the thing that's different between like us as men and like women, is that like at least with women, like they actually maybe have a chance. You know what I mean? Because if a girl gets with someone that makes a good amount of money, like he can literally save her. Like facts. Like there are girls that make that their plan. How many times have you heard a girl say like, I want to get a rich man?
I want to marry rich.
I want to marry rich.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, because like, so women are the only species on this planet that have the choice, or that have the like, it can happen for them, right? To like get saved. For us guys, like, no, it's just, you're either gonna make it or you're gonna die trying. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to pay your bills. No one's coming to spoil or do anything for you. That's just it's actually kind of sad as I said that out loud. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I feel like it's just
it's a fact.
It's the whole like the case of like men's mental health, of like trying to get into. It's just how the world has worked for the longest time. It's like we're taught to provide, but then it's like you're also kind of looked at the bitch. If I just go up to the bro and be like, "Hey, bro, you good?"
Yeah.
Genuinely asking if you're good. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it's like you're kind of on this like edge of like, yes, I can do everything that I can. God put a purpose on me, and I will continue to work towards that every single day of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, this day is hard.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's just that. But when that day is hard, the only person you can really rely on is God.
Facts. That ass.
Like, swear. Like, that's what I've had my days on. And then, you know, everybody will come up to me like, oh, you're going to be all right. My wife, even, right? Baby, we got this. I bet. But if I don't have my relationship with God and him telling me, like, get up. You have a purpose. You're here for a reason. No one else on this earth is going to, like, touching ground is going to save your ass.
Ever, bro.
And that's straight fact coming from me.
Yeah, ever.
And that's still a never-ending process of like, why am I here again? Ain't nobody gonna save your ass. Get the fuck up.
It's
crazy, isn't it? It's fucking wild.
That reminded me of a video of this one. It's like a little animation. I sent it to John before. I think I might have sent it to you as well. But there's a little animation of this guy. He's crying, and then there's another guy who walks up to him. He sees him crying. He's like, "Yo, why is he crying?" He walks up to him. He says, "Stop crying!" And at that moment, he goes from, "Stop crying!"
Literally,
swear, bro.
Locked back in. Like, all right,
because that's how it is. Like, why are you crying for? Like, I understand that life is hard, especially as a man.
Right.
I
It's
mean,
hard as fuck.
Everyone, life is hard.
Hell yeah,
But
bro.
for a man, nobody's coming for you, as John mentioned. Like, literally nobody's coming to save you. Something that I've learned is that, like, women and children, they're loved because they are loved. Like, they're
unconditionally.
Yeah, they're loved unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
Every child is loved because you're a child. And every woman is loved because you're a woman.
Fucking pets.
As a man, you are not loved because you're a man. You are loved based on the amount of value that you can bring.
Right.
Facts.
If you do not bring value, and this sounds very harsh, but this is the truth.
It's reality, bro.
If you don't bring any value, you're not
Cooked.
you're done, so,
You're
bro.
fucked, bro.
Think about it like
Real
this. Okay,
shit.
think about it like this. Okay,
Burnt.
You're cooked, gang.
a child is born. Everybody's in love with the child. Everyone. Oh my gosh, it's a baby, and that's fine. It's a baby.
Right.
Now you're a woman. You're beautiful. You know. You got the
Fucking
hips, you
flooding
got the hair,
compliments
you
your way
smell
all
good.
day, bro.
You get compliments every single day.
Every day.
Somebody says that you're beautiful. It's
Every
the
day.
equivalent of you sneezing. You sneeze how many times? It's nothing. I remember every single compliment that I've ever received in my whole entire life. I remember the compliment that I received.
Facts, bro.
No,
Facts, bro.
Literally, listen, I'm about to say names, bro. I remember the compliment that I received when I was on the bus because I just pierced my ear. Bernard pierced my ear, and I was feeling really good. And there's this chick named Christina in high school, and she saw me. She was like, "You look good today, James."
This was like
I
30
remember
years
that. No,
ago.
I remember everything, and the reason why is
30
because
years
we don't get those compliments.
get
The reason
that
why is
shit.
because,
Fuck
like,
no, bro.
men, if you really want your wife to fall head over heels for you, you have to provide.
And
You have to bring some sort of value.
And what does that mean? It means that, like, bro, it's like you have to just live like a hard life. Like, in order to that word, like, provide, we all like use that word. A lot
Just
of people
gets thrown
use that
around,
word.
bro.
It gets thrown around, but like, what does that actually mean? What does providing actually mean? Like, it starts, at least financially, that starts with like money.
Yeah.
And making money is one of the easiest and hardest fucking things. I like making money today is so easy, but it's not, because if it was that easy, everyone would have it. But it's so easy. Like, you see like a fucking kid that's like a multimillionaire for like doing nothing. It's really, we really live in a weird time.
Right.
Super easy to make money, but it's still very fucking hard to like actually do it. So, I mean, I just feel like, because I guess now we're just talking about like as a man, as we're all men here.
Right.
It's kind of just like, bro, the best man is the one that has been through the most shit. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like way of passage. Like, this is really what it is. If you've been through enough shit and you are able to crawl out of this, like, you can call it matrix or rat race or just this thing to where you work and you come home and you do the same fucking thing that our parents and everybody else did for 30 years and then retire at 60, right? Like, if you are able to crawl your way out of that, somehow you find a way to get up out of that, you are fucking him. You're literally him. and you only got to that point because you've been through so much shit, you know what I mean? And now you're finally at that point, right? So yeah, man, like the unfortunate truth is like not everyone will get there, and not everyone wants to get there. That's not everyone's like.
I feel like I'm being, swear to God, like dead ass. I feel like I don't know if like James has ever told you, but I'm a very like faith driven person. Like I'm very like God would just be putting stuff on me, like constantly like gracing me with like lessons that I didn't even know I needed, right? So as a man, and I feel like this is something that, thank God for such a, especially if you have a very supportive and God-fearing wife, which I have right now. Shout out to my wife Jasper, she's amazing.
Shout out Jasper.
So she taught me so much, and after a while, like, you know, there's just that toxic masculinity where it's kind of like that question, right? We throw it around. Men have to provide. Men have to provide. But every time somebody connects the word provide, it's always like, bitch, you better get your funds up.
Right.
Cool, that's fine, right? Even if you don't, even if you are great, but if you don't, but you're trying, look, right? We need to stop being in the cycle of seeing that provide constantly means finances.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just saying, hey, look, listen, bro. It does not constantly always mean you have to provide the funds. No, bro. You are the man of the house. You provide protection, security, love, patience, kindness for your loved one that you considered and you chose to be with. Your wife, your children, your entire family. We need to stop living in that stigma of like, oh, because, and then whenever we do provide funds equals, what does everyone ever equal to it? Negative, right? No, but I'm here to provide for security and love for my family, love for my wife, love for my children. And it's like, I just feel like just being a man is like so hard, but sometimes we make it hard for ourselves. If we tend to just not overcomplicate the simple issue of, I work, but it makes me feel fucking good.
Bro, being a man is hard, but
it's tough as fuck, dude.
Being a man is hard as fuck, but it's tough, bro.
I love it, bro.
Dude,
Like,
you know
I'm not
exactly,
gonna lie,
bro.
it's tough. It's tough. I fucking love
Having
it
this feeling
because,
dog.
like, we're them.
We're him.
Nah. Like, let's really break this shit down. And I'm not even. This
I
isn't
cooked
on,
something. Yeah, I stirred the pot. He's
bro,
added
you
this.
stirred the pot, and this isn't even on no like, oh, like he's a misogynist. Maybe I fucking am. Whatever, right? Like, whatever. Like, because a lot of you guys can't even tell me what that actual definition is, right? But like, let's keep shit a fucking 100. Men rule the, like, can we be honest that like men keep this world running? Can we just call a spade a spade? I'm not over here saying that women aren't important. I'm not over here saying that women don't play their role. Okay, for all you fucking morons out there, they're gonna listen to what I'm saying and start adding things to what I'm saying. I'm simply just making one statement that is a single statement. That is, men run this shit, and we run this shit because that's what we like. It's like both sides of the coin. We do all the hard shit that the women either don't want to do or physically can't or whatever the case is.
It says it in the
right?
Bible too.
Yeah, like it's just the way it is, right? And then like now the women, right? Like I'll give a perfect example on the women's end. I know for me, there are certain things that women are better at and good at and here for to do that we're not. If I have a child, you're about to have a child.
Damn right.
Let me ask you something.
Congratulations to me.
Congratulations to you. Let me ask you something. Would you rather take your child to a daycare that's ran by all men or all women?
Women, bro.
Oh, that's a shocker. Why? That's
women
crazy.
Are so nurturing.
What's wrong with
loving.
men? Men can't watch your baby?
No, women are just better at it. There's, like I said, like what you just said in the beginning of this, it's not that anyone's above the other. Everybody just has their own roles that they partake in that are better than most. Like, for example, I'm not going to lie, sometimes women are better at finances.
Facts.
So
Sometimes.
that's why, hey, look,
That's
and
facts.
that's why whenever the man is somewhat careless of buying all these expenses, the woman is over there counting all the numbers, especially my wife. She's like numbers down. And that's why I'm just like, look, you just have to put the ego aside and just know that, hey, you're better at this, but I can do this. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
But we do run this shit. I'm
But
not
we
gonna lie.
run this shit.
If you know that you
The
run this
fuck-
shit,
Bro, I'm starting to get tight. No. I get tight, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Look, James, you want to say something? Right.
I thought round him up.
Go ahead. I'll
Bro,
go after you.
I start to get tight because it's so much fucking bullshit out here. We're like, when you hear girls, it's like, oh, like we don't need men and or just all
No, the
that,
fuck you do,
all this
bro.
fucking garbage. Let's get one thing fucking straight. If you are ever in danger, you want a man to come and fucking save you. If you are ever in a grocery store and someone comes in there with an assault rifle and starts killing people, you will get on your knees and pray to God that those men in blue, the FBI, the people that, you know, the police officers, you want someone of force to come in there and annihilate the fucking the situation, right? So like my thing is, I'm just like, yo, like I'm so tired of this whole thing of like people, or just, you know, people specifically, you know, women, but people just saying like, oh, we don't need men, or, you know, like let's keep it 100, bro. Like men carry this country and this world on their back. Like it's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Now, I was going to say something that'll apply to the nerds out there. All right, for those of you guys who play League of Legends, if you understand bot lane, if you've got 2 ADs on bot lane, it's going to be a lot of aggression, but you're still not going to win, okay? If you got 2 supports, it's not going to work. Let me tell you, if you got an AD, that is an AD
Tactical,
carry,
bro.
okay? You have an AD carry and a support running bot lane, you have a way better chance of winning your lane if you have a support and an AD. An ADC is someone who does the most damage. A support champ is the champion that supports the damage dealer.
shit!
God
So you have the damage dealer and you have the supporter to support the damage dealer.
That's my
if you
wife.
if you have listen. If you have 2 damage dealers, cool, you're dealing damage. But if 2 people are dealing that damage, who's healing? Who's healing? Who's buffing the defense?
Damn.
If you got 2 supports, there's a lot of defense, but you know you're gonna get overrun by all the attack damage. So you have to keep that in mind. It's the same thing. So even though men and women, like, you need 2 to tango. You need the AD. You need the support for bot lane.
You need both,
You need
bro.
both.
Why can't we just give each other our flowers? Like,
One is not better than the other.
One is not better than the other. Like, women play their role, men play their role, but it's just, we always, like, it's never an attack on the women. Like, it's always just an attack on the men. And it's like, yo, why can't we just sit here and say men play their role, women play their role, but let's not get one thing fucked up, and that this shit is ran by men.
And it's
however the fuck you want to put it, the car that you're driving, the computer that you're using to go to work, the oil that you're putting in your car, the products that you're using on a day-to-day basis, that shit is made on the back
shit
and
about
the
to blow
sweat
up.
of fucking men.
And
I don't
it's-
give a fuck what you say.
It is easier for a woman to find a man that has money than a man to make his money. Like, it's not.
Dog, this conversation can go so many ways.
Hey, breathe.
We're an hour and
Yeah,
20.
bro.
We're an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm not
into
gonna
this
lie,
episode.
yeah, that shit just got
I'm
heated, man.
sweating.
Because I'm
We're
tired
about to
of it.
have a whole. I just feel like this is gonna continue on to a whole nother episode. that
All you
guys
gotta
might
do is
wanna
be pretty.
watch.
He's just like,
Fuck.
fuck it. I was gonna
All
say.
you have to
Fuck,
no,
bro.
listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Listen. No. Hear me out. And listen, you can. All right, if I was a woman, a very beautiful woman, if I was a beautiful woman, and I had 0 respect for myself, I would be a billionaire tomorrow.
Facts.
I would be a multi-trillionaire in 3 hours because I am attractive and I do not have self-respect. Now, it's good that there are women who have self-respect. Yes, please have your self-respect. But keep this in mind that if a man is attractive and he has no respect for himself, it's going to be so much harder because as a man, like, it's not just being attractive. It's not just
Gotta
being
do
attractive.
everything
You have
right.
to do literally everything right.
Yo, you know what's crazy is, like, now that we're just on this topic about like men and women, yo, women have no idea what it takes to get them. Hear me out. Hear me the fuck out.
Swear.
Dog. Look, however you want to put it, when you meet a man that has or that gets a lot of women, it's kind of one of those things that it's like us as men, we understand because we understand what it takes to get women and how like it's very easy, but it's only easy when you've done the work. And so, for example, people that have a lot of money or like artists, let's just say artists or famous people or whatever.
Oh, that's
Chris
already
Brown.
there.
Chris Brown, it's super easy, but why is it super easy? Because Chris Brown became one of the biggest. He's done the work. He's made millions of dollars, and like he, you know what I'm saying, he's obviously like not ugly and shit. So it's like he's done the work, so it's super easy. So what I'm saying is, it's when it comes to like getting women, they don't really understand how hard it is and how much goes into it. I'll give you a very simple example. When you meet a guy, like when a girl meets a guy that's not a weirdo, if you break that down to like the science of it, like this guy had to learn how to like be charismatic. He had to learn how to maybe be funny. He had to learn how to meet you and make you comfortable enough to maybe talk to him, maybe get close to you,
He had to have
maybe
the
take you out.
confidence.
He had to have the confidence. He had to know, I like not to be weird, and he had to smell. He had to do all. It's like so many little things that women don't see. What they see is, a guy just approached
Dude,
me.
walk up to me.
That like, but they
The
have
shit that I had to take from you. to get
or
here.
like I went on a date with a guy, right? That they were into. Like, I went on a date with a guy. But all of the things it took for that guy to even be attractive enough or to show enough to get that date, it's like she would never know. You know what I mean?
Or maybe bro had to pick up like an extra shift or something just to pay a little bit more.
like,
Oh my, bro, the possibilities
it's
are endless
so
here.
much. And all she sees is like, a guy, this attractive guy, like he took me on a date. And it's just like, so it's crazy.
I would
man.
spend my last dollar to buy my wife food. Genuinely, that's just me. But
That's
the shitty
hard.
thing is, it's like she wouldn't know.
She would never.
She would never know.
Oh my
Never.
gosh,
Who?
bro.
How would she know?
Never, bro.
It's like, damn, dude.
That's just crazy.
Look. I feel like I'm sorry. Like this is gonna have to you're gonna have to
You're gonna have to come back.
you're gonna have to come back.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
bro. It's so much.
I'm not
to
sure
talk
if
about.
you've noticed, but we've been talking for an
This
hour
is our
and 23
longest
minutes.
episode that we've done
In a while.
in a while.
And you know it's crazy because it's like we haven't even scratched the surface.
We
bro.
haven't. We haven't even scratched the surface of you yet.
Yeah,
we just
like, I didn't
asked
even-
for an introduction,
Yeah,
and
we
then
just-
it turned into
We didn't talk
gems,
about anything yet.
lesson.
Yeah,
Like, bro, it's just see. I'm telling you, this podcasting, bro, you just flow. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And this is literally what I wanted to just be able to do, and sit down and have this conversation. Especially just having the two Ekemezie brothers here.
Ekemezie.
It's just like the
Chukwuka.
littest thing ever, bro. And just for me, coming from my side, because it's also, I find it a privilege too, the fact that because James is my boy. He was the best man at my wedding. Just being able to see another part of his blood here, and also just just being able to sit down and I can actually vibe with you. You know what I mean? It's just
Facts.
it's a blessing to me, and your family's great. You know what I mean? So
I
thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you for. I'm not saying this is the end of the podcast. Y'all can do whatever. I'm just saying thank
Right.
you for just being here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, for sure, man.
I'll let you whatever you want to do, bro. I'm
Listen,
here, bro.
listen.
I live here.
Listen,
Bitch, I can be here till 12.
as much as I would love for us to continue, we have been going on for almost an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
John's a busy guy. John got things to do,
Yeah.
and we still got some more episodes to film. So honestly, John, you're just gonna have to come back another time.
You really
Yeah,
are.
Whenever
I'm
you
with
can.
it, man.
Shit, maybe next thing you know, you'll see the Why Not podcast in
Yeah,
Dallas.
we gotta do a Dallas.
Nah, for
edition.
real. We'll take a flight to
Gotta do a
Dallas.
Dallas
Go to
edition.
a
Yo.
Mavs game.
That would be hard.
That would be tough. I would
Film
be
the
down.
whole thing. That would be
down.
hard.
I'll be down.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll say this. Even though we only got to ask you one question, we're going to ask you one last question, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is a very important question. Do you want to ask it or do you want me to ask it?
You've watched enough of our episodes to know, do you possibly know what this question could be?
I don't think he does.
I don't think I do.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So, I can ask it,
All right, I'll
right?
let
And
ask
then
it.
you can deal with the reaction of whatever he says, right?
Yeah.
God damn. Yo, what's the
So, second
Hold the fuck on. What's
second question. Let's get close here. Second
Let's
question
get comfortable.
that we're gonna
Shit.
ask you in this podcast, and for a little bit until we see you again is and this will determine if we're gonna see you again next or not.
It really will.
Drums or flats?
Oh, bro, flats.
And this is why he's your fucking blood.
That's why he's my
That's crazy, bro.
fucking brother. Dog.
Flats, man.
All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, again, thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of the Why Not podcast. Make sure that you guys check out our Spotify, check out our YouTube, check out our Instagram, our TikTok, check out everything. Please comment, subscribe, like, share. We would really appreciate the love, and we're always going to make sure that we give you guys high quality content. Thank you again, Johnny, for coming
sure.
out here. It was
sure.
a pleasure having you on Flesh and Blood on the podcast. Carl, you got anything you want to say?
What I'm gonna say straight up is that if you're not gonna watch this episode, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're a fucking moron.
There's literally something wrong with you, and we will be posting reels of multiple things that we say in this, and you just to be able to get it, you gotta watch the whole episode. But like I said, like for me, give it a round of applause for Wi-Fi Johnny over here, bro. Thank you so much for being on the pod, bro. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed your stay back over here.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, here we go.
See, look, it's an hour and 30 minutes right there.
Bro, this is content. We do what we got to do.
Shit, ran out of battery or something.
Now we're here. But yeah, like I said, it has been a pleasure. Been a great honor for you to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
I would love to have you more on this episode. And
For
bro,
sure.
if you could, like, look, you take advice and you learn from anyone. Okay, so from me to you, bro, I feel like you should start your own shit, dog.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
look.
you-
Let me
the
tell the
possibilities are
people.
endless, bro.
Tell the people. First off, I appreciate you guys for having me. I'll definitely be back. I could like put my thing.
Oh yeah, no, we all down
Okay.
down there.
No,
Awesome.
no.
Yeah, man.
Do it right now. All the shameless plugs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
great.
say
well,
them.
yeah.
Right
Well,
now.
you guys can find me
All
on
the shout-outs.
Instagram. Find me on Instagram at Wi-Fi_Johnny. Most important thing though, if you're anyone, you're looking to get your credit fixed, you're looking to get it built, whatever that looks like. If your credit starts with a 4, 5, or 6, it does not matter. We can and we will fix it. Any derogatory items, collections, late payments, you name it, all that can and will be removed. Also, if you're looking, for funding for a business to start it, scale it, or funding for an investment, it can be real estate, whatever the case is. Just reach out, man. One thing that we do is we take people from exactly where they are and take them where they're trying to go. So I appreciate you guys.
Of course, man.
I love, bro.
All right. Well, with
right.
that being said, the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna year out. All right. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, year. And that's gonna be on the episode. All right. Cool. All right. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Good, everybody.
Sell me this pen.
It's a mechanical pencil.
Buy this motherfucker.
I got you.
Get on.
Hey, yo, subscribe, bitch.
That's how you gotta end it. That's dead ass how you